Okay, so I wanted to make a scoring video for you guys about the breathing events. So we're just gonna go through right now. I'm trying to do it the best without showing the patient's information because it's like on the bottom. So bear with me if the camera's a little shaky. Okay, so you see right here, these are the breathing events. That's normal. So right here, still normal. By the way, he's laying on his side. So right here, when the patient turns onto their back, that movement, they turn onto their back. Boom. Now they start to have the events. So I already scored them. I should have waited so you guys can see, but I already, well, you could still see from right here, the DSAT, how it goes low and then high again. So we have low, high, like that. So these are hypopneas because they're not completely flat, so it's not central, it's not obstructive because there's still some effort, but it's just really shallow. So you see he's still having them, still having them, still having them. Once the patient goes onto their back, that's when they're gonna show the most events. That's when everything is really gonna show when they're on their back, because that's when you have to really, the air is really, everything's, you're laying back. So when they're to the side, they don't really have a lot of events because they're to the side. Their airway is not being, what's the word? Their airway isn't being constricted because they're to the side. So we see right here, still having them, still having them, still having them, still having them. At this point, the patient's AHI was well over 20 within an hour of total sleep time. So the rule is you have to wait at least an hour and a half before you can split them if they're a split patient. Luckily, he is a split patient. So after an hour and a half of total sleep time, I went in there and I split him. So at this point, I split him. So we see everything is fine. He's not having as many events as he was before. So there's one right there. 2, 3. Look at, so much better than before. So much better. So you could even go back and see the time when you went in there. So let's say right here at 1:42 a.m. is when I went in there. So since 1:42, now it's 2. So like 15-20 minutes ago, he's only had 3 events. When before that, within 15-20 minutes, he had every hour at least 5. Not every hour. Every minute, every couple of minutes. So we see right here, still breathing fine, still breathing fine. So we started him on CPAP. You always want to start at the pressure of 5. So I'm gonna let him keep going at a level of 5 until he has at least 5 or more events or hypopneas. Then I'll increase him up only by 1. I'll increase it up to 6. So we're gonna just keep on monitoring him and keep on watching him to see if he's gonna keep having any events or if he'll be okay. You could check right here on the side. His AHI was 22. So far, his total sleep time has barely been almost at 2 hours. That's high. So we're just gonna keep monitoring him. Right now, he's doing amazing. And I put a full face mask on him because he has problems breathing through his nose, and he has like a big beard and he's a snorer. So I put a full face mask on him. So right now he's doing completely fine. The leak is only at 39, which is amazing. Once the leak starts to go over 50, then that's when it could become a problem, and then you have to go in there and adjust it. So we're just gonna keep monitoring him, see how it goes, and then we'll check back in after. Okay, so right here, I increased him to 7 because he was snoring and still having events. So this was literally 15 minutes ago. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So within 15 minutes, he's already had 10 events, and you could probably hear that he's still snoring. And you can see right here, he's still snoring. So at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and increase him by 2 instead of just going 1, 1, 1, since he's so severe. So since it was at 7, I'm gonna put it to 9. So every time you do anything, you always want to make a comment and leave a note. So anytime I go in the room or anything like that, I want to put it on the study that I went into the room. So now I'm going to increase his CPAP to 9. And you always want to make sure that the patient is asleep before you increase them. So clearly he's asleep, he's snoring, so we're just gonna go ahead and increase him. His leak is a little high, it's fluctuating up and down, so I just been watching it